Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Horror Podcast. My name is Sean,
And I'm Missy.
and today we're going to give you a spoiler-free review of Hell of a Summer, written and directed by Billy Burke and Finn Wolfhard. Just opened tonight. Summer camp slasher, a throwback. Missy, what'd you think of this movie?
I liked it. This is one that I've been anticipating for months, and I walked in. I had high expectations. Um, I knowing that it was a. I love summer camp slashers. Like they're nostalgic, and I love them. And so I walked into this thinking that it might end up being like the slasher of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's not. I was a little bit disappointed. And I mean, that just comes down to, and I feel like people should be warned. Um, Most of the kills happen off screen. You see the lead up and you see the aftermath, but you don't see it happen. Um,
Yeah.
and I really don't understand that creative choice. Like, I feel like I get what they were going for, but not that. I actually went back um to look to see if maybe it was rated PG-13 and not R, but it's not. I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that it is an R because we don't see most of the violence. There's no nudity, no breasts, nothing like that. So it's just language, I guess.
Yeah, and there is one fair, like the only one that comes to mind. There's somebody that gets a fucking axe in the head, and it was like the best kill, and I didn't realize until after you said that that like, oh, they were all off camera,
Yeah, that's the only kill we see.
and I mean that was pretty graphic. So why, like, as long as you're going there once, why not go
Hmm.
there? Unless they just didn't have the budget for the effects or something.
Maybe is because I believe this is a first film aside from maybe some shorts or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Um, so I mean, it's not. I don't want to say. I enjoyed the movie. I really did. It was a like it, not a love it for me, and that's because all the kills are off screen, and I really don't remember. I mean, I really don't understand why. It almost felt a little bit reminiscent of Friday the 13th Part 7, except that the reason all of the kills are like that is because they got hammered by the ratings board and had to submit it 100 zillion
Right.
times, and that poor movie got butchered. But the ratings board now is not like it was then. Terrifier goes to the movies now. So,
I mean, it goes
but maybe it's
unrated, but that's a choice you can also make without it being a death sentence, right?
right.
So,
So maybe it is a budget thing. Beyond that, I think I enjoyed the movie. I liked its humor. I liked most of the characters. I was able to still take the ride, and it didn't like even once I realized that, hey, why are all the kills happening off screen? It didn't piss me off because I enjoyed the movie enough, but that was the clincher that said, okay, this is a like it, not a love it. But I mean, it's still fun. It made me laugh. I mean, it's independent. I love supporting these kind of movies. I do not regret going to see it in a theater. I still had a good time with it.
okay.
How did you feel?
I'm gonna be nicer to it than I feel. So the cool thing about this movie is it is basically like I have to wonder if maybe it was a budget thing because that fits in with this perception I had where I was like, well, it's almost like if you had like a 20-year-old nephew and him and his buddies like got some basic equipment and like made a movie and edited in like Premiere and just put something together. Like this is like like the context, the subtext, the humor,
Hmm.
the plot, all of it is like a first movie done by 20-year-olds. So I
Yeah.
mean, but it has the advantage of being associated with Finn Wolfhard. So it's a film, the kind of regional film done by 20-year-olds, but with wide theatrical distribution and something of a budget to make it look good.
Feel better about it, you saying that though. Because if it's a budget thing, then I can forgive that.
I mean, I don't know if it is. It could be,
It would make sense.
it's kind of like if, because I saw like Jason Bateman was a executive producer, I think, and Kirsten said she thought she saw Drew Barrymore's name. Um, and I saw like Duffer Brothers like thank yous. It's almost as if, these like established Hollywood types gave these up and comers, like a chance. So, okay, here's some money. Go, go make your movie. So that's pretty cool. But I, much like a movie that would have been made by somebody's 20-year-old nephew, I don't know. I mean, I didn't pay to see it because I have a movie pass, but had I plunked down $25 to see it, I probably would have been like, fuck you. Um, I really thought it was uninspired as far as like, I mean, okay, so it's a summer camp slasher, but to use a kind of, it's not the exact same subgenre, but like, okay, Summer of '84 is a movie that is the kids on bikes thing, it's another entry into that. And like the first time I saw it, it was shortly after, it was kind of in the midst of the Stranger Things, like, I don't know if it was season 2 or 3, but so it's picking up on that phenomena and the energy of that. And I was like, oh, whatever, another one of these movies. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, no, I'm totally wrong. This movie's fucking amazing. It does
Hmm.
its own thing. It adds something to it. This adds nothing to the summer camp slasher genre. Like there's not, and in fact, I won't say it, but there's something about the reveal that I was like, oh, now I'm just going to see this in every slasher movie. Okay, I guess it's just a given that this is always going to be the fucking case now. So that felt uninspired. None of their humor landed, and goddamn, the fucking lead. I hated every fucking moment. And it was so overdone, his like oafishness and his good naturedness and his. I just hated having to watch him for the whole fucking. I just hated it, and even his like arc. I'm just like, I still hate you. I didn't buy his where he lands at the end. And there were really only two characters I liked. It was very cool to see um, DeFaro Wunatai, if I'm saying that correctly, Mike, who's from Reservation Dogs. He's Bear on Reservation Dogs. Very cool to see him. And I thought the Claire character, she reminded me of Darlene from the old Roseanne show. So, like, I was like, oh, okay. And she also just wasn't like a vapid cunt.
I liked her a lot. I didn't have a problem with the lead character, Jason. I
Oh,
thought
he's
he
so
was
bad.
he was kind of sweet and awkward.
Oh God, I hated every. Oh, but they just played the way they played him. I just felt like I get it, and it felt like that. The way Rob Zombie does white trash sometimes, where it's like, dude,
Okay,
we get it. He's white trash. Can you take it down a notch? I understand.
right, it's
Like,
turned up to 11.
yeah, and I felt like this was just. It was just so much of that, and I could have used a little bit more like definition here. Like
Okay,
maybe he could have started that way, but come out of his shell a little bit more. I don't know, but yeah, it just so. I did like that Billy Burke and Finn Wolfhard were both in it, and they were friends. And Billy Burke, I didn't love his character, but he reminded me of Ted, dead fuck from though nowhere's near as annoying as you said, but I
hmm
felt like he reminded me of that character in Friday
yeah,
13th Part Four.
I liked their dynamic though, the Finn and Billy characters, Chris and um, Bobby.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, they're best friends. The one guy's kind of a dick, but at the end he has a moment of redemption, and I don't know, I like them.
I definitely thought I don't want to say too much, but the survivor ratio was interesting.
Yeah,
Um, Because I mean, you're looking at that lead guy at the beginning. I'm like, if this is my final girl, this movie can go fuck itself. It's like seriously, like because I'm sorry, it was just a sticking point. Like I don't know this actor at all, but man, it was just it was really difficult to deal with him constantly.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with anybody's performances. I think it's a very solid film. It just wasn't quite the slasher I hoped it would be.
Right. Yeah. I I I think it's I okay, I'm not gonna I always want to encourage people to support horror movies and whatnot. So I'm not gonna say don't go see it, but I'm also not gonna recommend you go see it.
I
'Cause
make your own call. If you like those kind of camp slashers and horror comedies and whatnot, just go into it knowing it's not a gory slasher. You're not going to see most of the deaths. I think if you're prepared for that and you like those kind of movies, you might be able to have a good time with it. I
yeah,
did. I don't regret my time with it, and I mean, when it hits streaming, I will probably watch it again. Like I
oh,
still had
okay.
fun with it. It just
Okay.
wasn't, I walked into it thinking this is going to make my list and be one of the best of the year, and it's not.
Okay.
But it's in an indie film, new directors. I like to support this kind of stuff, and I want these movies to be made, and I still had fun with it.
Okay. Well, I can see that. Um
I still think it has something to offer, I guess.
I don't think I can second that statement. I'm not saying you're wrong. Just for me, it felt uninspired, and I'm glad they got to
Fair
make it.
enough.
I hope they grow, right? As
Right.
filmmakers.
It's a first feature. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not bad for a first feature.
I feel like
You
they
know,
could have used a little bit more guidance, maybe.
maybe. I mean, I
But
feel like had it could have had the potential to be something great, and it doesn't make it.
the thing that worries me about this existing, and I agree, like I want to support this kind of stuff, but however, like if bad horror, like if it's just like, oh, just throw, X, Y, and Z together in this formula and put that out, that I want to be careful because like when we
Right.
get it, and I'm not saying that's what this is, but it feels like it could be or it's close
I
to
don't.
that. And like that's when I don't want to support that stuff because I don't
Mhm.
want the studios to be like, oh, we can pump out fucking horror movies constantly. It's just, boom, there you go. Like I like, check the boxes and there you go. And there's a
See,
little bit of that.
I don't think this is. Oh, I mean, I don't think this is bad horror. I just think they don't quite make their mark,
Yeah, that's I okay.
and that's more inexperience than anything else. I
Yeah,
mean, these are
I
new
think you're probably
directors.
right. I mean, I'm concerned, but I think overall you're probably right. I'm probably being too cynical. So,
Let's see what else they do. But I mean,
yeah.
again, I don't think it was a bad time, and especially if you're someone like maybe you like slashers, but your girlfriend doesn't. This might be something you could watch together because it's
Yeah,
not
well
gory,
said. Yeah.
and I mean, I found a lot of the humor funny. It landed for me.
Okay.
My only issue was with the kills because I wanted to see them.
Right.
And again, if it's a budget thing because it is a first film, I can forgive that. Keep trying, keep
Yeah,
making movies.
right.
So I
Oh,
mean, I wouldn't say it's two. I'll give it one thumb up,
okay.
one thumb not two.
That's hell of a summer. And this is hell of a horror vision, and I'm hell of a Sean.
And I'm Missy.
hapless teenagers beset by demons in the woods. A strange new drug that turns art into murder. A can't beat a deal on a new house with a horrifying past. A video game that might usher in the apocalypse. From the demented mind of Sean C. Baker, author of a collection of desires, Shadow Play, and Murder Virus, comes Volume 4, collecting Baker's no sleep work along with several never-before-published short stories. This 99-cent volume also includes the opening chapter of the author's forthcoming teenage giallo novel, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, due out later this year.